Hey everyone, as you're probably aware, 2019 is coming to an end. So moving forward into 2020, I want to set a few goals. And I'll be interested to hear what your goals are for 2020. And mine in particular is I want to do a lot more with social media. So in January 2019, my New Year's resolution was, I came up with the saying, don't put off to tomorrow that you can do today. And this worked really well for me. It wasn't just on the business side of things, it was also exercise, just general stuff around the house. You know, when the house needs hoovering or something like that, and you're always like, oh, you know what, a bit busy today, even though you might not be, I'll do that tomorrow. Well, what I found with always having that saying in my head, don't put off to tomorrow that you can do today, is I was so much more productive. And I set myself some goals with trying to get more business in. So I might start an email campaign and be like, right, this week I want to try and get 4 more weddings for next year. So I'd go through all my wedding fair email lists that I know that weddings are coming up for next year and email some brides. And usually I then get 1 or 2 bookings. So it's all about being proactive. But what I found towards the end of this year is I was not really saying that saying anymore. And I found that my social media presence has gone down on my business side. So one of my main goals for next year is basically posting definitely at least once a week, probably try to twice a week, and especially when I've had a wedding, then I would maybe not post more than twice a week, but get lots of content from that wedding and then post that. Because each wedding that you film, you could easily have, well, at least a dozen to up to 20 posts that you could then sort of put out once or twice a week. This could be, obviously you finish the highlights, so you could post the highlights. You could put small clips of the speech, especially if the dad or the best man or the groom or whoever's doing a speech says something really nice. You can just have that in, and try and make that post that you put on Facebook or whatever it is go not viral, but go quite far, get lots of engagement, especially if you've got like catchy headings, especially if the dad, I'm just editing the video now and from the other week, and the dad said he had a really nice poem. So what I'm going to do is after I posted the highlights, I'm going to also post his poem that he's reading in throughout his speech. You can get stills throughout the day. Sometimes what I like to do is, which I've done last year, especially on Instagram, is I've put a couple of multiple pictures up of loads of different venues, sort of the really nice ones I did that year. And just, I think I had it tagged as in like my top 3 wedding venues in South Wales. So, there's another 3 posts you can do. You could do them individually if you wanted, or as one, sort of the multiple images. But throughout one wedding, you could easily get a dozen posts, I reckon. And that is the main thing that I want to do personally on my business, because what I found, I've got other videos out there on how I find business, and what I find is when I am posting on social media, I tag not only my business, but I then share it on my personal, and I'll have friends and family just share that. And I'm quite lucky in the fact that I'm originally from London, so when I share something, I've got all the London people sharing it, and obviously live in South Wales now, and my wife's side of the family are all from South Wales. And especially my younger brother-in-law, he literally shares everything I post. He's at the age, so he's early 20s to mid 20s, and he literally shares it. He's got a great social network following. He runs a small business himself, and I get loads of post engagements and sometimes bookings from his friends that are getting married soon. So social media is very powerful. So that is definitely one area that I'm going to sort of work on. So I'm now just finishing a couple of edits. I've got to go to London next week for a bit of corporate work. So my plan is after Christmas is to have all my edits done. And my next wedding I've got on is in February. So my plan is to have the whole of January off. Sort of from working on client stuff. But another goal and ambition, you could say, is I mentioned it before about I did put a separate video about ambitions, but I want to set up. I used to do a bit of web design as well, so my two interests have been film and web design, and I've got a couple of great web projects that I want to get set up. I think January is the perfect time for that. So I'm going to get that set up, just get a few things in place, like getting some content ready to post on social media as well from my weddings that I've already done. And, if you do work for yourself, you do find that when you're not working for a client, is to stay on top of your own business. And my dad he's retired now, but he was a builder. And what I'm trying to say is this is a bit like for us. Our house was always a mess, a state, because he would go off to work. He would do fantastic jobs for clients. He would then want to, put an extension on our house, redo the bathroom. But he'll do that in his spare time. So he goes out to work Monday to Friday. At the weekends, he might start the project, but it never gets finished for years. I remember he built a wardrobe in my brother's bedroom. So we are now talking probably 25 years ago. This wardrobe is still not finished. It always needed handles. It's got no handles, and because my dad's a carpenter, specialised in carpentry, it's fantastic woodwork, but it's all just not finished. There's no paint on it. It's literally just wood. And I sometimes find that with us, where we're so busy going out filming for clients. I've also got my YouTube channel. I've got my own family, young family. I do find it hard in my spare time to update my own websites, to put more films on my website, to post more stuff on social media. I've wanted to do my own promo video for myself to put on my website, and I just have not found the time to do that. So January, I know I'm going to be really busy now, but that is another thing that I want to do. I want to have a promo video where I'm talking to the camera, so the clients who want to book me can see me. Because when I go to wedding fairs, it's fantastic. I'm meeting clients, interacting with them. They get to see me. On my website, I now have a picture of myself. But when they're looking at my portfolio, going to my Facebook page, my Instagram, it's never any pictures of me. It's always of weddings, of clients' videos, of wedding venues, of interesting things that I've taken a screenshot of at the venue. And if I was getting married again, I think I would like to see, especially if you are booking them over the internet, through social media, I would like to see that person. So again, that is one of my goals I want to do going into 2020. So if you haven't already, I would love for you to set some goals. Just put in the comments below what they're going to be. If they're any good, I might steal them. But it's always good to set yourself goals and try and stick with them. I know I was there last year, January. I had that great tagline, "Don't put off to tomorrow that you can do today." And I probably did it for 6 months. Every day I would say that to myself, especially if I needed to do something and I wasn't quite in the mood for it. And I'd say to myself, no, you know what? Don't put it off to tomorrow. I'm going to do it now. So you can use that one if you like. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. Releasing videos every Monday. Maybe I try and get one. So Christmas is Wednesday this year. I'll probably release one on that Monday, but maybe the Monday after. Maybe if I'm just in a bit of the Christmas spirit, I had a few beers or whatever it is. So I might have a week or two off, but don't worry. After that, especially in the new year, every Monday I'll be releasing new videos. I've got some great tutorials I want to talk about or show you guys. Film reviews. So if you haven't already, get to the cinema, subscribe to Netflix, subscribe to Amazon Prime, get Sky Movies, watch films, see how the pros do it see how they do it in real life, see sort of the camera techniques that they use, because if Hollywood are doing it, you can do it and your films will be amazing. So like I said, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.